What is your end game? Is your end game with all of this to do a deal and make $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, whatever? Are you here to do a deal, or are you here to do deals full time, quit your job, and earn a six-figure income? Or are you here to build a real business that provides you income, lifestyle, time, freedom, impact, all the things that really matter? That's now a 7 to 8 figure business with no ceiling. Are you here for that reason? What reason are you here? What is it really that you want to do? What is your real end game with real estate? And this is important. If you're unclear about this, I want you to really think about this. The problem I see often in my training business and in my fast track program is people come in with such low expectations for themselves. Their vision of their life, of their income, of their ability to do things is really low. And I want to hopefully lift that lid, remove that ceiling that you might have right now, and help you catch a bigger vision. Because here's the sad truth. The sad truth about it is most people do not create a successful business. Most people come in learning wholesaling and they don't go on to really do this well at a high level. And there are two primary reasons why that I've noticed. One is they focus most of their time, energy, and effort on doing a deal, on transacting. The focus is on the deal, right? Instead of focusing on building a business that just happens to do deals. See the difference? Chase deals or build a business that does deals. And this is more of a mindset shift here. It's not, both of them are transacting, both of them are doing deals, but your focus is less about transacting and it's more about building a business that does deals. And when you shift gears and your focus becomes on building a business, not just doing deals, everything changes because you look at the day-to-day operations, you look at how you're doing things, you look at processes, systems, people, you look at things from a completely different lens. And the second reason that most people fail is they just lack the right framework. They don't have the right framework. And when I say framework, I mean the right structure, the right tools, the right sequences, processes, coaching, and support. They lack that. And when you don't have that, you're sort of wandering in the dark or you're on the wrong ladder, you're doing the wrong things. Even though you have desire, even though you have work ethic, even though you're applying yourself, you lack the right framework. And the framework is what's going to allow you to really build, manage, and automate and scale, grow and scale a successful real estate business. And that's what I feel like I've come to bring to you is how to do that. But when we think about this, I think about, okay, well, what's my definition of a successful business? Or what's maybe a definition of a successful business? And this is how I sort of look at it. And tell me if you agree with this. It needs to be fun. It needs to be exciting. It needs to be rewarding. It needs to help other people. I want to be involved in businesses that are doing that. If it's not fun, exciting, rewarding, and helping other people, I'm not interested. I want a business that provides those things. I also want a business that continually makes money while at the same time freeing my time so that I can do, be, and have, and give everything that's important to me in life. I want a business that provides that. If it's not providing that, then that's the wrong business or I've set it up the wrong way. Okay, it's got to create time and freedom for the other things that really matter. I love real estate. I love houses. I love doing deals. I love transacting. It's my passion. It's one of the favorite things I get to do. I wake up excited to do it. But I also understand its place in the big picture of my life. And really what it is a means to an end. It provides for me a way to have an amazing lifestyle and provide massive impact in the world. And that's what it's really all about. So I want a business that does that. And thirdly, and most importantly, or maybe just as important, is I want a business that can grow and make money without me being there. I want a freedom business. I want a business where I can, at some point in time, step out of the day-to-day, get in the owner's box, and really own the business, not the business owns me. In the beginning, the business owns you. That's a phase of it, right? I'm going to talk about some phases of the business. And in my businesses, I've gone through phases where they've certainly owned me, meaning like the business dictated everything, my time, when I work, how I work, what I'm doing. But my vision and what I work for every single day is for me to own the business, and that the business then can operate successfully and continually make more and more and more money without me being there. So tell me, you guys, if that's your definitions. Tell me if you agree with that. Leave a comment in the chats. I'd love to hear your feedback on that. And guys, that's what this has done for me. A few years ago, some of you guys know this, a few years ago, I was able to take my family on a full-time 1-year RV trip. And we loaded up our Suburban. We pulled it behind our 50-foot custom-built RV. And we traveled the country in an RV for a year. And I hardly worked that year in the business. I hardly worked. I did a little bit, but not very much. It was mostly about traveling, spending time with the family, seeing the entire US. It was the most life-changing experience we've ever had. In fact, we're planning another one here, hopefully soon in the next year or two, with our next set of younger kids, now that we've got some older ones. Here's what's absolutely crazy about this. That year in the RV, in business, I made more money that year when we did the RV trip than any year previously. My income has continually gone up since then. Every year, my income has gone up. And that's because I'm setting up the businesses the right way. I'm building the business the right way. And that's what's exciting about this. We also have a plan at some point to do the same type of thing overseas in Europe for an extended period of time, and we just go. Now, the only way that's possible is if my businesses are automated, if they're operating efficiently and correctly, and I don't have to be there every day putting out fires. And so that's what I want to help you get to and understand how to do. So what are the steps, right? The steps are get that first deal and do it as quickly as possible in the next 30 days. And I've laid out a plan. If you stick to that plan, it will happen for you. Now, there might be more support you need. There might be more tools you need. You might need some coaching to do that. That's what I'm here for. That's the fast track program. Get that first deal done. But then it's to scale, and it might be scaling to 2 to 3 deals a month. Get that consistency. That should equal a 6-figure income. Once you start doing 2, 3 deals a month, that's going to equal a couple $100,000 a year. The average wholesaler doing 2 to 3 deals a month should be making anywhere from $150 to $250 a year in take-home pay. But then it's to continue scaling it to the 5 to 8 deals a month. And that now start to equating into a 7-figure income, guys. That's $1 million income. Really, it's about, though, climbing that ladder of success, and it's getting to that scale. Scale is when you hit momentum, you have all the processes, all the systems, the right people in the right seats, and now you're hitting that 7-figure income. And check this out, guys. I personally operate 7 wholesale businesses in 7 specific markets. Now, I also do deals outside of those specific markets, but those specific markets, I've got partners. We're on the ground. We do dedicated marketing, and we do consistent deals. We're hitting with those partners and operators 7 figures a year in revenue. And I do some flipping outside of that, and I do Puerto Rico, and I do some other things, but those are dedicated specific markets. You can build this, guys. I've got the framework for you to do this and do this at a very high level. And I want to help you catch that vision. So let's think about this. I want you to really grasp the phases of a business, because if you're going to get to the 7 and 8 figure mark, then you have to understand what it takes to get there. So step 1 is that proof of concept. We've been talking about that. You've got to get there. And maybe that's $10,000. You get your first deal done. That's going to actually start you on the path to building out the other phases of a business. But then once you get that first deal under your belt, it's time now to enter phase 2, which is what I call the lone wolf. And in phase 2, you're a solo operator. And this is 80% of wholesalers that you'll see out there. They're lone wolves. They're solo operators. They are wearing all the hats. They're doing all the things. And that's normal. That's developmental. That's how it's supposed to be. Now, you can get stuck in phase 2, which is what most people do. They never graduate past phase 2. It ends up being a full-time job. They work long hours. They work really hard. They do a couple deals a month. And maybe they get to $250,000 a year and they have a great paying little business, and it's okay. The problem is if they go on vacation for 2 weeks, nothing gets done, no money comes in. That's not a real business, okay? It's a high paying job. Maybe you've got some freedom because you don't have a boss, but it's not the end game. At least I hope it's not for you. If it is, you're just going to work hard the rest of your life and make some decent money, okay? That's not where we want to go. What we want to do is we want to move past phase 2 and become a $1 million producer. Now, the only way to go from a solo operator lone wolf is you've got to start to implement some systems. Now, during the lone wolf phase, you might be starting to, and that's great. But $1 million producers, they start to really understand marketing channels. They start to really understand how to build a team, even if it's a small team. They know how to bring on a salesperson to do acquisitions. They bring in a lead manager. Maybe they've got some VAs that are doing some calls for them, right? They build a team and they put an engine around it, and then they start to pour gasoline on it. That's how you become $1 million producer. And now maybe you're hitting 5-8 deals a month, and you're starting to really dial it in. But even phase 3 is not the end game. Okay, check this out. There's a phase 4, and I call this the 1% club because very few people actually get to this level. And this is super dialed in. This is now $1 million a month transacting, right? This is hitting now 8 figures where you're hitting $10, $12 million a year. And this is very doable. In fact, here's the crazy thing, guys. You're not going to believe this. What it takes to get to phase 4 is not much different than phase 3 as far as your structure. Meaning it's about the same size team. It's about the same skill set. You're not really doing too much different. The big differences are you're doing more margins. You're doing higher margin deals, not even more deals, just higher margin deals. And you're really, really dialed in. Your team is on point. You got killer sales guys. You got really good processes. Everybody understands what they're doing. And you're dumping more money into the marketing funnel. So you're just spending more on marketing, getting higher quality leads, closing bigger deals. That's about it. Okay, there's not much difference between phase 3 and 4. Now, leave a comment and tell me if you think that's fascinating. If you think it's fascinating that you can go from $1 million a year to $10 million a year to $10 to $12 million a year with not much more in the business, not much more change in the business, just better at it, just more dialed in, and then more gasoline to the fire, meaning more marketing dollars to get higher margin deals. That's it. Okay. I find that fascinating. And that's my goal with my partners. And that's my goal with my fast track program. I'm not interested in just producing a bunch of lone wolves. If that's okay for you and that's what you want, that's okay. Right. I'm not going to really get along well with you because I just think so much bigger than that. I used to think that way. In fact, for years, I was stuck in the lone wolf phase. And then I realized, hey, there's so much more to this business. I was running around ragged and I realized, man, this isn't why I got into this. This isn't the life I wanted. The money wore off. Trust me, when I was making $250,000 a year, that was way better than my minimum wage job doing construction, making $25,000 a year. Make no mistake, I was very happy about that. But it wore off very quickly because I realized I was under my potential and I was working so dang hard that I was missing out on what really mattered. I wasn't there for the important parts of my life, my kids' soccer and the piano recitals and all the things. And we started having more kids and I wanted to be a part of all of that. I wanted to be an involved dad. I wanted to have the time to do all these amazing things that life provides, right? I want to be on the lake. I don't want to be stuck working 60, 70 hours a day to make $250,000 a year. That's such a small way to think. So guys, leave a comment right now and say, Jerry, phase 4 is where it's at. I know I can get there. I just need the framework. If that's you, leave a comment and tell me that's where you're at right now. And again, guys, I get it. You might be like, Jerry, that sounds wonderful, but I'm stuck in phase 1 right now. I'm just trying to get my proof of concept done. I'm trying to get my first deal. I get it. That's true. And we got to get you there. But we don't come into this business thinking that all I can think about is phase 1, because if all you're thinking about is phase 1, then you're going to make very bad decisions about how to move past phase 1 and move into phase 2, 3, and 4. If you don't have a big enough vision, then you're not going to make the right decisions now that are going to lead you down that path. You're not going to value the systems. You're not going to value tools. You're not going to value processes. You're not going to value coaching, support, mentoring, a community. You're not going to value those things because you're so focused on what's right in front of you, the here and now. We will get there and we will follow the steps to get there. There's no way of skipping these phases. You can't skip them. But what you can do is you can move through them fairly quickly. I wish more than anything I had this framework when I started. It took me years and years and years to figure this out. And most people you talk to don't figure this out. I just want to encourage you, make sure you're hitching onto a train that knows where it's going and knows how to get you there. The worst thing you can do right now is to get into some type of coaching thing and the blind's leading the blind. And that's what I see a lot of right now, blind leading the blind. Somebody who has good intentions, but they don't know how to take you to down this path. I've been doing this 20 years now, guys. I know the path that it takes to get here. And I want to go back to the baseball analogy. And the baseball analogy is just a filter for how you look at deal flow and how you look at opportunities. When deals come across your plate, you need to put them through your filter. And you need to say to yourself, is this a single, double, triple, or home run? And again, remember how I taught this? I said singles, doubles, and triples, they're not worth the bandwidth it requires to do those deals. Because when you take those deals on, it's going to tie up your energy. It's going to tie up your team. It's going to tie up your effort. You only have so many hours in a day, right? And when you tie those up on skinny deals, then what happens is you're busy doing a bunch of low margin deals. So what we're going to do here is the singles, doubles, and triples, we're going to wholesale those. That means we don't take them down. We don't fund them. We don't bring them into our world of fixing and flipping or rentals or any of that. We're going to pass those off. Let somebody else who's happy to make skinny margins, let them tie up their effort in those deals. We're going to be very picky about home run deals. And so what I want to show you with that mindset around the baseball analogy is I want to show you a very simple $1 million blueprint. And this is my $1 million blueprint here. I'm going to show you how to make $1.4 million a year doing 5 deals a month and do it in a very simple way, not stressful, not big offices full of people, tons of overhead, all this expense, all this stress, all this anxiety, how to keep it very, very low key. Okay. 5 deals a month. This is what it looks like. You're going to do 4 wholesale deals a month. And those are going to average, let's say $15,000 each on average. Maybe there's a 10 in there. Maybe there's a 20 in there, but you're going to average $15,000 each. You're going to do 4 of those, not 10, not 12, not 15, 4. Now that's going to equal $60,000 in revenue. Now this is what I call my paycheck money or my pay bills money. And this is going to happen now fast. Remember our fast average, slow speed money? This is fast money because they're wholesales. These are deals you contract today and you close them out in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So that money's in your account. Then what you're going to do is you're going to be very picky and you're going to do 1 fix and flip deal that makes you, let's say, $60,000. That's 5 deals a month. Let's say you did that. Now the 4 wholesale deals, they're in, they're out. They're low energy, low effort, right? And now you got to get that flow. You got to get that deal flow. But in the big scheme of things, that's money in, money out very quick. Check it out, guys. That's $120,000 a month, and that's $1.4 million a year with a low overhead, work from home. And honestly, you could almost do that without much of a team. Now I'm going to show you how to have a little bit of a team, but you can do that with a very low overhead, high profit margin. Most of that 1.4 you're taking home. Okay, isn't that cool? So you are going to have some expense, you're going to have some marketing, you're going to have some of that, but this is a very high profit model here. I'm very big on low overhead, high margin in my businesses. And just to keep this mindset around a very simple model and a very high profit model, think about it this way. Less is more, okay? Think about if you did 3 deals a month, but you just did higher margins. Let's say you did 2 wholesale deals, but now these were $25,000 deals. That's what we're shooting for. And in all my wholesale businesses, my goal with my partners is that we're hitting average of $25,000 per deal. Not 20, not 15, not 10, 25. And let's say we did 2 of those. That's $50,000 a month in wholesale deals. And we did 1 fix and flip. But let's say that our home run threshold for it to be a home run deal was $100,000. It had to make $100,000. Well, check this out. Now we're only doing 3 deals a month and we're making $1.8 million a year doing 3 deals. So I want you to leave a comment right now and say, Jerry, I would rather do 3 deals a month and make 1.8 million than do 5 deals a month and make 1.4 million. Who's with me? Who would rather do 3 deals a month and make 1.8 million versus 5 deals a month and make 1.4 million? If that's you, if that makes sense to you, then leave a comment and say, yeah, Jerry, no brainer. Less is more. And that's what we do in the Fast Track program is we teach you how to build a real business, a freedom business, a business that has no ceiling on your income, that gives you that time and freedom to have, be, do, and give everything that really matters in life. And here's the thing, guys. You cannot build a 7-figure or 8-figure business. Even a 6-figure is fairly challenging unless you learn how to raise and structure capital. It's all about capital. And when I say capital, I'm talking about moving past an assignment of contract, moving past a no money strategy. To build a real business, you have to become an expert at raising capital. And this is one of the things that you don't really learn much in formal education in the real estate space. This is something that I spend a lot of time with my fast track students, teaching them how to go out and raise money to do deals and how to get 100% of the funding. Most of the deals I do is with none of my own money. I raise the money. I use different strategies that I'll teach you to raise all the money you need for your deals. When I think about like, okay, to build the 6, move on to 7 and move into 8-figure business, what does that take? What is the absolutely critical things that it takes? First is you have to have a system. You have to have a proven system that works. Without a system, you're just shooting in the dark and you're doing things that might work, they might not work, you don't know, and you're guessing a lot. And you cannot build a sustainable business when you're guessing, when you're just throwing mud at the wall to see if it sticks. You've got to have the right system, the right processes to be able to build that out. Otherwise, you're just going to pound your head against the wall indefinitely and probably never get there. So you have to have that system. You have to have a mentor. You have to have someone to show you how to do it. It's not enough to just have the system, because a system by itself is very hard to implement because there's nuance to the system, right? And there's customization to the system. There's market things that happen. There's you that comes into the equation, your goals, your personality, the way you do things. A mentor is going to help you get out of your own way. A mentor holds you accountable. It's not like they're even telling you exactly what you need to do and not do. The biggest benefit of a mentor is holding you accountable to what you've already said you're going to do, to what you already have. It's holding you accountable to implement and put into practice and improve the system you have now. Okay, that's what a mentor does. I have mentors in every area of my life. I have mentors in my relationship with my wife, in marriage, in family, in fitness, in religion, in all areas of my life. If there's something that's important to me, I find the best at it and I go hire them. The most successful people in life hire coaches in all of those areas. And that's why they're so successful. And the more successful they become, the more coaches they hire in their life. It's the cheat code to really fast tracking your way to the top. And then the third thing that's absolutely critical is you cannot let self-doubt stop you. Every single one of you are facing it. You're facing it every day. You're facing it right now. This is something that I combat every single day, is my limiting beliefs, because they creep in every single day. I grew up with a lot of negative beliefs around success, around money, around work, even subconsciously, even unintentionally. My parents, my teachers at school, my coaches in sports, they all had good intentions, but they all gave me really faulty blueprints for what life should look like, what success is, what money is. And I have to work on that all the time. And I continually work on that. And I'll never stop working on that. The minute you let self-doubt creep in, it will stop you in your tracks. You'll make excuses for why you can't do this and why you can't do that. You'll blame others. You'll criticize the things around you that are stopping you from doing it. You won't take real ownership of your life. This is about taking massive ownership for who you are. And I'm going to be a little bold, guys, now. I think I've earned the right to be a little bold with you. I've given a lot of value this week. So I want to now be a little in your face. And that's what a good coach should do, is get in your face a little bit. If things I'm saying right now are offensive to you, I'm sorry, but it's what you need to hear right now. You need someone to tell you to reach down right now, grab your socks and pull them up to your armpits, right? It's time to really man up or woman up here in your life. Things aren't going to change if you're sitting the sidelines. You won't achieve the life of your dreams on the sidelines. You have to get in the game, and you have to play the game at a high level. And I want to help you do that. I want to help you get there. That's what my Fast Track program is about. Finding people that are serious about this, that are ready to put in the work, ready to commit, ready to tackle their self-limiting beliefs head on. I try to reiterate this, and I hope I've portrayed this to you enough or well enough or good enough, is that it's not about the money. I know we talk about the money a lot, and I talk about the money a lot because money's certainly a part of this, but it's really not about the money. It's really about having the time and the freedom to have, be, do, and give. Those 4 things. Have everything in life that you want. And I want you to have it all. I want you to have the house, the cars, the boat, the whatever, vacation properties. I want you to have everything your heart desires. And God wants you to have that, I believe, too. I want you to become the person you want to become outside of just an investor. What kind of person do you want to become? What do you want to develop into? What things do you want to become better at and do? What skills do you want to learn? What hobbies do you have? What are all the things you want to be? What are the things you want to do? Do to me is travel, go, see. What are things that you want to experience? The experiences in life. This is huge for me, is experiences. We only get one shot at this. What are those experiences? And what do you want to give? The real value in life, the real joy in life, at least for me, the real happiness in life comes when I give back, when I bless others, when I provide value. That's really special. So what are all the things that you want to have, be, do, and give? That's what really matters. And that's what the money really provides. That's why I want to show you how to make lots of money. That's why I want to make lots of money, so that I can do those four things: have, be, do, and give. Everything God wants for me, everything that matters, really matters in life. And that's what this is all about. And guys, I feel honored to be in your life. I feel honored to be a small part of your journey. I hope to become a bigger part of your journey. Those of you that come into the Fast Track program, I'll get that opportunity, and my team, to be more impactful in your life. I hope I get that privilege. I hope I get that opportunity. It won't be for everybody. I realize that this isn't for everybody. It's only for those that really fit right now and are ready to make this change in their life. If it's not, I get it. Lots of people aren't there yet, and that's okay. But if it's you and you're ready to make that change, then I want to encourage you to go apply. I appreciate you guys. I'm so thankful for this opportunity. I'm so thankful that God has blessed me with the ability to share and do these things and all the amazing things. I hit my pillow every night, so grateful and so thankful for the opportunities in my life and the blessings that I have. And I'm just feel so thrilled to be able to give back and share this way with you. So appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you for everything. And we'll see you soon.